Good morning, yogis. Happy Memorial Day. So remember, on the weekends, my husband is home. The dogs are a little more loose and wild, so hopefully they don't interrupt too much. So today, a nice gentle but kind of mixed level, so add on where you like, leave out where it doesn't suit you, and just take care of yourself as we take this practice today, really honoring those who have served for us to have freedom that we have today, and this beautiful lives that we are living, safe and grounded and peaceful as much as possible. Good morning, Amy and Tim and Darlene. Darlene, my friend here, has 3 children that serve our country. So we are so grateful for you as a mother. That has to be difficult at times, and we support you and support your children. So thank you. So as I said today, nice gentle class, but with a little bit of, add on where you like. I have 2 blocks. I have a blanket. If you have something like that, it would be great. We are going to start standing today. I just thought it'd be nice to start standing and honoring our country and honoring those who have served us. So let's get going. So as we come up to standing, just let your feet be underneath your hips, the knees, over the ankles, and just allow your arms to come down alongside you. And you can see I'm just trying to stand tall. There's a slight lengthening into the lower back, that tail kind of reaching down, nothing forced though. And then just let these shoulders roll up towards the ears and then down the back of the body. And as you do that, just noticing we stand a little bit taller. And again, feeling that sense of pride within ourselves as we stand here, but also humbled by all those that served us so that we can stand here today in our Tadasana on this Memorial Day. And just pause here. Just notice how you feel as you stand here. And just feel all corners of the feet. You might even kind of spread your toes, lifting them up and spreading them and then bringing them back down. And just notice the heels of the feet, the toes, the balls of the feet, the inner, the outer edges of the feet. And just pause again into this body, into this present moment, into this gift of here and now. This gift given to us, this freedom to just be present. And just notice how that feels again as we pause before we begin. And just begin to notice the breath in your body. Feeling the inhales as they fill up your belly and your ribs, up into your heart center. Notice that heart center opening. And that exhale as we root into the earth. But again, we're standing tall. Just notice your breath, the inhales and the exhales. Just allow your body to just settle, to quiet. And listen to the breath this morning, just listening to the sweetness of the breath as it flows in and flows out. Focusing, bringing the mind down into your heart, right? Allowing ourselves to move more peacefully, more honorably, more joyfully, but also humbled by all we have. And just stay just that little bit longer. Perfect. And then bring these palms together, Anjali Mudra. And as you draw the palms together, you might stand a little bit taller. And again, let these shoulders melt down the back of the body. And let your head drop down, dropping down into your heart. Again, this intention today, or your own intention for me, just honoring those that have served to allow me this freedom to be here right now, teaching together with you, for you. Take a nice inhale as you lift your head, grow a little longer again. Exhale out through the mouth, sigh out. 2 more, inhale and exhale. 1 more like that, feel that inhale and that exhale. And take a nice inhale again and exhale out through the mouth 1 more time. And coming together for Om Shanti, 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 Om. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Taking a nice inhale. Om. From here, begin to take these arms, just reach them up to the sky. So as you get that nice reach through the side body, just walk the arms out one side and then the other. And just allow the head to move a little bit. It should feel good. And then from here, we're gonna hook these thumbs, and as you do reach a little bit longer, kind of draw the hands away from each other with that hook of the thumbs. Let the shoulders melt down the back of the body. Take a nice inhale here. And then exhale over to the right, getting that nice stretch into that side of your body, the opposite side. And just breathe there, relaxing the neck and just connecting to your body today, connecting to your heart as we honor those that have served us. 1 more breath here, just reaching into the side body, should feel sweet. And then coming back up, switch the hook of the thumbs, exhale over to the left, breathing into that right side of the body. Inhales and exhales. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. Come back up, releasing these arms. We're just gonna take the thumbs, we're gonna take and circle these wrists a little bit. And as you do, begin to circle the arms down, but open up the heart, lift the belly button in and up, relax the shoulders. Beautiful, hands come down alongside you, standing tall again. We're just gonna circle these shoulders. 1 direction. Keep that energy in the legs. Beautiful. And then the other direction, circling the other way. Love it. Good. And then from here, let these arms dangle down. We're going to begin to circle the wrists again. See if you can switch the direction. Coming back up with the arms, nice and long. Take a nice inhale, grow long. And then from here, we're gonna exhale and we're gonna release the arms, but this time as you release them, bring the hands behind you and interlace those fingers. Roll the shoulders up and then down the back of the body as you open up the chest. Nothing forced here, just kind of massaging. You might even kind of move the chin a little bit side to side. Get some space into the front of the shoulders, the muscles into the back of the shoulders, helping you draw down. Not cutting off the energy into the back of the body, not forceful. 1 more breath here. And then just stay with it. Just let that chin dip down. So as it dips down, get some nice space into the back of the neck. Again, 1 more breath there. Little dip of the chin. And then from here, as you lift the head back up, we're going to sweep these arms back up to the sky, reaching long. And we're going to take that goddess or cactus arm, belly button lifts in, arms open, elbows draw down. Take another inhale, grow long. And then from here again, begin to take these arms, reach them long, and slowly begin to wrap them behind you again, taking and switching those fingers, bringing the opposite pointer finger on top. Roll the shoulders, soften the neck, and refine this openness of the heart, the lifting of that belly button. We're going to take this gaze of the chin over that right shoulder, and you might feel as you do that, that left shoulder opening up a little bit. Dip the chin down slightly so you get some nice stretch into that space of the neck and shoulder, that heart center as well. And then very slowly begin to lift that chin up. Take it back through center. Take a nice inhale. And with the exhale, take it over the other shoulder. Feel that space. And then dip the chin slightly. Breathing into that right shoulder, that neck. Really drawing that mind inward here as we connect, not force, and open up this body. Find space in our body. Lift the chin up and bring the gaze back through to center. We're going to sweep the arms slowly back up to the sky, reaching nice and long, lifting the belly. And then again, we're going to just take and lift that heart and come into that cactus or goddess arm. Beautiful. Take the arms long again. And then palms together. We're going to bring them back to our heart center as we bow in, honor ourselves, honor those who served before us. One more breath here. From here, take these arms, begin to reach them nice and long again. Palms are going to come back through that center line. We're going to bend our knees, so take some of that stress out of the legs and fold yourself slowly forward. Hands can melt down to the earth. Feet might come a little bit wider, especially this first forward fold. And then just rock here side to side. So nice movement side to side with the feet. You might take opposite elbows, really just finding space in the shoulder girdle, the shoulder blades, the neck. Let the feet relax again. Beautiful. Let the arms release. And then find the opposite elbows of what you just had. Taking a nice inhale. And then exhaling, bringing space in. Rocking slightly side to side. Let the head go. Nod your chin. One more breath. And then very slowly just let the arms release. We're going to lift the belly button in and up, bend the knees again, but slide the hands to the top of those knees or the thighs. Feet are wide. We're going to take a nice half lift, grow long, tail behind, belly draws in, melt the shoulders down away from the ears. Take a nice breath there. And then exhale, keep the hands there and just let yourself forward fold again. And let that rocking come through the spine, through the feet, through the hips. One more breath. Take a nice inhale again, grow long. And then exhale, we're going to plant the hands down onto the mat. And from here, we're going to step that right foot back. Yeah, so as you step it back, you might slide blocks underneath your hands here and find some energy from that back foot to that crown of the head. And then bring that right knee down to the earth. And same thing with these props. You might bring a blanket underneath that knee, which is always a good idea, especially if you have sensitive knees. Lean forward a little bit, so get that openness into the hips, that length into the neck. And then from here, again, as we bow down, just let that head dip slightly, kind of that chin drawing towards your collarbones. Kind of reach out of these fingertips and just feel a nice stretch into the back of the neck, back of the shoulder blades and up the spine, maybe even into that front right hip. Just bowing our heads down. One more breath here. Beautiful. And then slowly take the gaze out in front. Focus your gaze. We're going to slide the hands up to the top of that left knee and help yourself as you lift yourself up, maybe finding a little bit more of a 90-degree to start. We're going to lengthen that lower back by slightly tucking the tail and lifting that pubic bone. Heart is focusing out in front, shoulders down the back of the body. Take a nice breath there. And then again, we're just going to bow our heads down. So as we tuck our chin, I want you to tuck your tail and again lift the pubic bone, getting a nice stretch into this right hip flexor. And the same breath, we're honoring, we're bowing down, we're humbling ourselves to all of this. Good. One more breath here. Feel that nice space into that hip. And then take the gaze out in front. Focus your eyes. We're going to sweep the arms up to the sky. You can always leave one hand down. That's always that option, or both hands down. From here, hook the thumbs. Take a nice inhale, grow long. And then exhale slightly over to the left. A little bit more of that stretch of the hip, that foundation of the feet, keeping you balanced. One more breath here. And then slowly coming back up. Hands are going to come down through that heart center and then down into the earth. Beautiful. And then slowly just extend that left leg long, walking the hands back. Or if you have those props, I always encourage, you can use those under the hands. They can come a little higher. Just don't force these hamstrings, right? Take your time, massage them, let the toes on that left foot, let them lift up a little bit. And let that head go as you kind of, again, bow over that leg, bow down to the earth. One more breath there. Really nice. And then slowly, that left foot comes back down onto the earth. And we're going to step forward. So however that is for you, you might lift that right knee and take one big step. You might take a few little steps, but we're going to bring the feet a little bit wider again, a little bit wider than hip distance. This time we're going to turn the toes out slightly. Bring the hands to the thighs or forearms to the thighs. And just rock a little bit side to side. If you have the practice and you would like to go deeper into Malasana, then do. Just be really mindful, not forceful with these hips, especially those sockets. Just let yourself go. Feel a little sway here wherever you are, and it can look like this. And then very slowly, we're going to release the hands back down to the earth. We're going to turn the toes back in. We're going to find that half lift. So toes are facing forward, spine goes long. And then melt and release, Uttanasana. Root to rise. We're going to take and bring this all the way out and up to the sky, reaching nice and long. Feet can stay wide. And we're just going to cactus and open that heart. Should feel sweet. Inhale, grow long again. Palms come down through the heart center. Bend the knees. So get some nice space for the lower back and hamstrings and fold through again. Nice. From here, we're going to step that left foot back. So as we do, maybe you slide those props under the hands. Get some nice space and length through the body. And then from here, let that left knee melt down to the earth. Pause again. And remember, these props can be underneath the hands. And then just let that head slowly go. So as you kind of tuck the chin down, breathe into the back of the neck. Not forceful. Just notice how that feels. Please don't overdo. Just really letting gravity breathe into the back of those shoulder blades, that neck, that hip flexor, and as well bowing down honoring. And then take the gaze slowly on front, lift the belly button in and up. Slide the hands to the top of that right knee and begin to lift your chest up. Shoulders come over the hips and find that focus out in front. Breathing in, breathing out. And then again, just slow, begin to drop that chin down. Focus your gaze somewhere. Feel a little tuck of the tail, and you'll notice coming right into that left hip flexor. And again, just bowing down, honoring, humbling. One more breath here. Nice, and then slow lift the head, gaze out in front, shoulders down the back of the body, and here's that option. You can lift both arms, one arm, or no arms, whatever feels right. And exhale into it. Find your breath here. And then hook the thumbs, switching the hook if you can, and then taking this over to the right, that nice stretch into that left hip. Breathing in. Strong legs, breathing out. Love it. Come back up, nice and slow, nice and focused. Palms together, and then bring them down to your heart center. Just pause there. Beautiful. And then bring the hands down either side of that right foot. You can always bring those blocks in and begin to extend that right leg a little bit longer. Toes can roll up to the sky. And same thing with those props. You might bring them in, helping you soften the pose. Take a breath. One more breath here. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to just take and bring that right foot back down onto the earth. And same thing, we're going to step forward. So however that is for you, take your time. I'm going to lift my left knee. You can take one big step or a few little steps. Same thing, feet come a little bit wider. We are going to turn the toes out just to track the knees. Bend the knees. Maybe the hands come to the knees, maybe the forearms. Maybe you sit lower into your malasana with the elbows to the inside. It's all up to you. Feel the pelvic floor lifting, let the heart be open. Or I kind of like to move my head a little bit. Just feel the inner thighs, the spine. Beautiful. And then slowly hands come down to the earth. Toes turn forward again. Feet remain wide. Take a nice half lift here just to grow long. Melt into your forward fold. And root to rise. Good. And then as you reach for the sky, palms together. One cactus, one goddess as you open your heart. Inhale, grow long again. And then hands come together down into your heart center, and pausing here before we come down onto our mats for the rest of our practice. Just pause, honor, bow down in. Find that space of gratitude, of thanks. One more breath. Beautiful. From here, lift your head, take these arms, sweep them up to the sky. And then as you soften your knees, we're going to fold forward. So really let the knees bend as you kind of swan dive forward. Find a little half lift, so hands might be to the thighs, planting the hands. We're going to step back, and as we step back, we're going to bring these knees down to the earth, right? Hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to take a nice inhale, move into a cow pose. So I'm curling my toes under. That's always an option. And then exhale, release the toes. Really reach into that back of the body as you breathe in. Inhale, come back, lifting your chest. And exhale as you round into the back of the body. Two more. Inhale, toes might curl under. And exhale as you round. One more. Inhale again. Toes may curl under. And exhale as you release. Come back, that nice neutral spine. We're going to take this right leg, bring it out behind us, toes curled under, sit back into that heel. Get some length in the spine, a nice stretch up the back of the leg, up the calf, some nice movement into that foot. Keep the belly button drawn in. And you can always just take and let the head go here a little bit and push out of the hands. Good, and then from here, lift the head. Take this right leg, cross it over the left, toes stay curled under. Take a nice inhale, grow long, and then exhale, just kind of reach round to the left, kind of taking your gaze around to look at those right toes. One more breath here, breathing into that right hip. And then slowly coming back, taking that right leg and bringing that knee down next to the left. And we're going to take these knees wide, toes can slide towards each other, and sit back towards a child's pose. So take a little time there, sort of rocking the hips slightly, letting the arms come down. And always these options. You might stack the fists, let that forehead melt down, or you might get your forehead down to the earth, whatever feels right. Take a few breaths there, inhales and exhales. Letting go, breathing into the back of the body. This pose, Balasana, really bowing down to this earth. Let the muscles in the body release. Let the breath, the inhales and exhales be right in front of you. Listen to them. Let them settle you. One more breath here. And then very slowly, we're going to come back up, hands and knees. The knees are going to walk back underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. And from here, we're going to take that left leg, take it behind you, curl the toes under, find length into the spine, and then sit back into that heel, making it yours, just kind of massaging that back leg, that calf, that foot. And you can always let that head release, push out of the hands a little bit, getting into the space between the shoulder blades. A little massaging, a little movement side to side. And then slowly lift the belly button in and up. Take that spine long again. Crossing this left foot over the right, curling the toes under. Take a nice long inhale. And then exhale, just reaching around, maybe looking towards those toes. Nice stretch into that left hip. Take your time. Where can you relax into it? One more breath here. And then slowly spine goes long again. And that left knee comes down alongside that right knee. This time we're going to curl both toes under and sit back towards that child's pose. Take your time, little toe stretchers. Forearms can come down onto the earth if you like. Head releases. Or you can also sit up onto the heels depending on how that feels, honoring your knees as well. I'm going to bring my hands down, keeping this in that more gentle place. Wherever you are, we're going to take 3 breaths. Finding the inhales and the exhales. Inhale and exhale. One more. Nice inhale and that exhale. And then slowly from here, we're going to come back up, tabletop, hands and knees, release the toes and just circle those ankles one direction. Nice. And then, should feel good. Lots of clicking on my end. And then the other direction. Perfect. Good. And then bring those knees down. We're going to take and walk these hands a little bit more out in front of us. So hands are out in front, palms are spread. And we're going to just take ourselves forward to a knee down plank. And as you do, let the shoulders draw down the back of the body. The belly button lifts, spine is long. Take a breath. Inhale. And then bend the elbows as you lower all the way down with that exhale. Find that nice inhale, lift your chest, open up your heart, and then melt down as you exhale. This is Cobra Pose. Inhale, shoulders down the back of the body, heart goes forward, and peel your chest off, and then exhale as you lower. One more like that. Inhale as you lift your heart, peeling the rib cage a little bit off the earth. And then exhale as you lower. We're going to take these hands, and we're going to bring them a little bit wider. We're going to find that we're lifting up onto the fingertips. Spread the feet a little bit wider as well, so the legs are a little bit more spread. And then begin to lift yourself up, reaching out of the body, maybe the ribs lift off the earth, gaze forward. Take a breath. Inhale, it's a little deeper of a back bend. And then exhale to lower. And again, two more. Lifting up, strong legs, belly button drawing in, heart goes forward. We're not landing into the back of that body. We're just lifting the heart. One more as we lift, opening up. Beautiful. And exhale as we lower. Slide the hands back underneath your shoulders for that Bhujangasana. Legs come a little bit closer together. And we're going to lift our chest up and slide back slowly to tabletop. And I'm giving an option here. You can slide into child's pose for a few breaths or come into downward dog for a few breaths. Whatever feels right. Curling the toes and lifting and melting. So in that child's pose or the downward dog, just allowing the breath to guide you, allowing your body just to open, connect, and regroup. Nice. Just a few more breaths here. Inhales and exhales. One more breath wherever you are. And if you're in that downward dog, we're going to bring our knees slowly down to the earth. And we're all going to make our way around to a seated position. So that's where you might take a blanket or a towel or two and slide it underneath your bum. Yeah, lifting yourself up so that that lower back can have a little space. From here, we're going to take and bring these soles of the feet together, coming into this Baddha Konasana. These soles of the feet, connect them, right? Just like we connected them to the earth a little bit earlier. Really feel that they're kind of pushing into each other, but not forceful. And then just let the feet open up slightly. So you might take those thumbs and bring them to kind of the big pad of that foot, the ball of that foot, and just let the feet open up. And you might notice there that that kind of releases the hips a little bit more, kind of encourages that. So just notice there's also that different side. I have this one hip, it's a little tighter than the other. And you can just kind of feel the difference there without judgment. Beautiful. And then grow long on an inhale. And then begin to fold forward on the exhale, but slow it down. Let the hands kind of wrap around the toes. Maybe you rock slightly side to side. Keep the belly button lifting to support the movement of the spine. And again, just kind of bowing down. Letting our hearts melt. Creating space all the way up the spine, into those shoulder blades, all the way up into the neck. You might find those elbows might and forearms might come down to the inner thighs and calves. It's up to you. You might find a yogi toe lock. You might also find it's nice to have your arms out in front. Whatever it is, let it be. Good. One more breath here. Beautiful. Lift the belly button in and up. Tuck the chin slightly and just slowly rolling yourself up. Beautiful. We're going to take this right leg and we're going to bring it out in front of us. And this left foot, the sole of the foot can come to the inner thigh or wherever it feels correct and available to you. And you might slide a block underneath that left knee just to support it. Sitting nice and tall here. We're going to take this torso, just kind of turning a little bit at the waist and the rib and the chest over that right leg. And then from here, taking both arms, sweep them up to the sky. Take a nice breath. Inhale, grow long. Palms together. We're going to exhale, bring them down to our heart center and just bow in here, but stay with the belly button lifting up. Notice how that is in your body. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to lengthen the spine. Bring the hands down either side of that right leg. Take a breath. Inhale and slow. You might walk out a little bit. Doesn't need to be a whole bunch. Yeah, just feel nice. Gentle rocking. I like to kind of nuzzle into my practice, into my shapes. And then when I arrive, then settle and quiet there without force. And you can stay here. You might take that left arm, reach it across to the outside of that right leg. Taking a nice inhale, growing long, belly button draws in and kind of almost drawing your chest across kind of to the outer edge of that right leg. And you might take that right hand, bring it a little bit behind you to grow long and then melt. Again, options, adding a little twist, taking a little bit deeper into the back of the body. Wherever you are, hands can be either side or a little bit of that twisting. Let it go for 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Belly button draws in and then slowly walking yourself back up. Really nice. From here, we're going to take this left leg, bring it in, and then slide it long. And then taking this right leg, bringing that right foot to the inside of the thigh or somewhere thereabouts. Maybe sliding a prop underneath that knee and even a blanket behind that left knee so you don't lock into it. Sitting nice and tall here. And again, that torso turns over slightly, barely noticeable over that left leg. Take these arms, sweep them up to the sky. Get that nice reach on an inhale. Palms together and then exhale to your heart center. So as we're strong and balanced and that foundation of the legs, just bow into your heart. Relax into your heart. 1 more breath. Beautiful. Grow long with the spine and then let the hands melt either side of that left leg. Rock a little bit. Maybe walk out a little bit more. So up to you. Just try not to force. Really try to slow it down. Nice. And then that option, if you like, you can take that right hand, reaching it across to the outside of that left leg, grow long. Draw the belly button in and take a little bit of a twist as you kind of take that chest over to the outer edge of that left leg. And you might take that left hand slightly behind and to the side just to help you stay in that forward reach. Whatever it is for you, just be with it, not forceful, please. Bowing down. 1 more breath here. Beautiful. Lift the belly button in and up. And then ever so slowly as you bring yourself back up. Perfect. And we're going to take these legs, keeping them out in front, but with excuse me, the knees bent a little bit and the feet slightly separated. And find those sit bones, rock them a little bit, spread them. And we're going to take these hands, slide them down the backs of those thighs, kind of behind the knees. You're kind of cupping behind the knees. Grow long with the spine. And then draw the belly, the ribs, the chest towards those thighs. Take a nice breath, inhale. And then with the exhale, begin to let your head go. And here's that option. You can take and find the fingertips, the wrists, maybe the opposite elbows, or you might even slide the hands down to the outer edges of the feet, right? Toes turned up. And whatever it is for you, long spine, and then let the head go. Nice stretch of the back. You might extend your legs a little bit longer, up to you. Breathe in, breathe out. Taking some of the intensity of the pose that you might feel and just bowing down into your body, into your heart, so we're not forceful. One more breath here. Really nice. And then as you release, lift the belly button and slide yourself back up. Good. From here, keeping those legs out in front, we're going to slide the soles of the feet a little bit more onto the earth, sit tall, and just taking a twist here. And we're going to take that left hand to the outer edge of that right knee, and that right hand's going to come behind, grow long, and then take a nice twist as you exhale, lifting the belly button in, chest opens up. Breathing in, and breathing out. Good. One more breath here. Inhale as we grow long, and exhale as just open the heart and melt into it. Beautiful. And then slowly coming back through to center. We're going to take this right hand to the outside of that left knee, and that left hand comes behind. Grow long on the inhale, and then take that nice twist from the waist to the ribs to the shoulders on that exhale. Find the breath here. One more breath. Beautiful. And then slowly coming back, nice neutral spine. And we're going to make our way down onto our backs. So I encourage, as you come down, if you have a block, bring it next to you. If you have those blankets or towels, bring them next to you. You just might fold them to create a little bit more, maybe that same height as the block. We're going to use that a little bit later. Okay. So just find your way down onto your mat. Should feel good. Yeah. So let the feet stay on the mat, let the knees be bent. Feet can be a little bit wider, and we're just gently maybe rocking some windshield wipers here. And then just bring the knees together and the feet stay wide. So this constructive rest. And think about how it's opening up, creating space into that lower back. You might even kind of lift that back up and then lower back down. And if in any way this is uncomfortable into your hips and you don't like it, just keep the knees more separated. Or then the feet a little closer. And take your breath there. Let the muscles of the back relax. Let there be space into that lower back. And then from here, we're going to take and keep these feet wide. So if you brought them a little closer together, widen them back out. And we're going to take these knees, drape them over to the right. You can always go to the left. That's up to you. And just feel as you breathe into this top hip, that top knee kind of melting down to the earth. And you might shift the feet. I like to bring my feet a little bit wider just to create a little bit more of a stretch. And those arms might come out to a T, or you might bring them into a cactus arm. Whatever feels sweet to you, into your shoulders, that's where you're going to place your arms, releasing that force into that shoulder joint. Take your breath here. Two more breaths, just letting the exhales release you 100%, right? As much as you can. And then slowly lifting the belly, the core, bring these knees back through to center. Feet remain wide. You might have to shimmy them wide again. And then take these knees over to the other side. And I should have said on the other side, if you like, you can obviously place a prop underneath that bottom knee to take some of the intensity out of it. So whatever feels right to you. And again, you might cactus these arms if that's available into the chest, or you might find a different arm gesture. And just breathe into the hips. Find that breath, listening to that breath as we just soften into our hearts today. Two more breaths. One more breath. And then slowly lifting the core a little bit, bringing these feet back to the earth, knees back in line. We're just going to bring the feet more underneath those knees now and in line with the hips. Taking this right knee, drawing it into your chest, giving it a nice hug, some of that healthy compression into the hip socket. And you might just a little bit of that deep massage into that hip socket. Slow it down, connect to it. And then releasing some of that and allowing this hip to come into circles, starting with the right side, or again, whatever side feels good to you. Relax. And then switch directions, heading the other direction. Beautiful. And then coming back, taking the hands behind that knee, extending this leg long. Feel the belly button drop down into the earth and begin to circle those ankles again. One direction, long neck, and the other direction. Perfect. Take a nice inhale here. Bend that right knee a little bit. And with the exhale, extend that leg up to the sky, flexing through that foot. Inhale, bend that right knee a little bit. And exhale, extend. Belly button draws to the spine and the spine down to the earth. One more, just like that. Bend the knee a little bit. And then extend that leg long. And then just kind of pause into that stretch. You can always take it deeper. Hands might slide up the back of that leg. Lifting the head a little bit. Make it yours. If you lifted your head, slowly slide it back down, bending that right knee towards the chest, extending that left leg long, and coming into another twist here, taking this right knee across your body. That right arm can come out to a T, or again into that goddess arm if you like, feeling that nice twist at the waist, that heart center opening. That outer edge of the thigh, the glute. Try not to be forceful here, that balance from the shoulder to the knee. You can always place something underneath that top knee. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then slowly drawing this knee back into your chest. And as you do, we're going to take this left foot, bring it down onto the earth, cross that right knee over, and just let that right hip open up. Breathing in and breathing out. And staying here if you like, or sliding the hands behind that left thigh. You can also place a block underneath that left foot or some prop, and just taking that pose there, especially if you're tight into that right hip or tight into the shoulders and neck as well. A little bit of flexion in the feet if your legs are lifted. A little bit of massage if you like. Beautiful. One more breath here. And then sliding that left foot back down into the earth. And we're going to draw this right foot back into our chest. And then let that left knee follow. And a little massage of that lower back. Perfect. And then from here, that right foot slides down to the earth. That left knee draws in that nice kind of compression into the hip socket. Look for that, massaging of it. And then as you soften that compression, that left hand can just make some nice circles at the hip. Soft and fluid. And then take it the other direction. Beautiful. And then drawing this left knee back into your chest, we're going to slide the hands behind that knee or that thigh and just begin to extend that leg slowly long and begin again some circles into that ankle. And switch direction. Beautiful. And then just bend that left knee a little bit. Feel the belly button pushing it down into the spine and the spine down into the earth. I always say this, that nice kind of engagement. And then push through the heel on that exhale, getting that length into the back of the leg. Inhale, grow, bend that knee. And exhale, extend, growing long. Inhale again. Bend that knee. And exhale, extend, growing long. One more. Softly just bend that knee. And with that exhale, extend that leg. Belly button to spine, spine to the earth. And then here's those options. You might stay here, or you might slide the hands up. You might lift the head up. And just taking it a little deeper. I'm going to stay down. This is my really tight leg, and I really don't benefit if I take it too deep. So just really slowly opening it up. If your head is lifted up, slide your head back down. Bend this knee back into your chest, extending that right leg long. Feel that nice openness into that front right hip. And then begin to take this left knee across your body and let that left arm open out either to a T or maybe to a cactus. And again, same thing. You can always place something under that top knee. Just Just to find that balance where you can let go a little bit. Yeah, that feels good into this tight hip here. Take a few breaths, just let go, right? Let your heart open, let the nice twist at the waist, subtle, let it relax. Feel that outer left hip and that heart center. Good. And then slowly from here, we're going to release, bringing this left knee back in, drawing it into our chest. And then let that right knee, come to the earth, right foot to the earth, left ankle over that knee. Almost forgot. Good. And then settle that back and let the hips open. And then here's that option again. So you can keep that foot on the earth. You might slide a prop underneath that foot. Yeah. Or you can always slide the hands behind that right thigh and draw this in. So whatever feels right. Where can you release and find some space and not that force of gripping? So again, that foot might be down. Whatever it is, just take a few breaths here. Maybe a gentle rocking side to side. One more breath. And then bringing that right foot back down onto the earth. And this time we're going to take this left foot, bring it down onto the earth, and just rock the knees gently side to side. And here's that option coming into a little bit of a supported bridge. You can use a block if you have one. And I'm going to use this blanket, just kind of presuming that some of you don't have a block. And lift your hips up and slide the block or this stack of towels or blankets underneath that sacrum, which is at the base of the spine. So the tail of the spine, there's a little plate there. Yeah, so we're going to slide that underneath there. And then just let yourself kind of open up here, those shoulder blades that we opened up. That lower back and this supported bridge. You might bring the knees slightly together, feet slightly separated, or just keep the knees separated with ankles underneath. Up to you. And again, you can always take this higher with another blanket or towel. Good. And then from here, that option, our final pose before Shavasana, you can draw the knees in and then maybe take the legs long. And the legs don't need to be straight, and that prop underneath, you kind of helping this be a little more easeful. And just let that blood flow through from your feet, down your legs, back into your heart. And just notice the energy in your body, the quietness. Again, as we take a pause this morning to honor all those that have served, so that we can be here in an inversion on this Memorial Day, Monday. Feels really good. The longer you stay, the more quiet it becomes. And you can stay here longer. I really encourage you. You might even bring your legs up the wall. Or you might bring the knees into your chest and then slide the feet down to the earth. And just quietly sliding those props out from your lower back. Extending the legs to the far corners of your mat. Letting those hips, those knees, those ankles roll out and that heart open up. Take a nice inhale here. Exhale out through the mouth. And just let yourself be here. Pausing for a minute, right? Taking that moment just to be. This honorable place. Let the breath just flow through your body. Again, you might stay here a little bit longer. You might roll to your side. Pausing there, that space, that thanks, that gratitude. And then lifting yourself up as you find your seat. And bringing these hands to your heart center in Anjali Mudra as we bow into our hearts. We honor ourselves, and again today, this Memorial Day, honoring those that have served for us for our freedom. Inhaling as you lift your head. Exhaling out through the mouth. And inhaling for Om. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis. I hope you have a beautiful day, and we will see you soon. Classes all week. I'm sending out an email later for you to know what's going on. All right, be well. Peace, peace, peace.